Is that better? There we go. Just every now and again that Focusrite thing just turns itself off. Hello. Yes, muted. Yes, I noticed. I noticed before any of you did. But thank you. How's it going, folks? Should we start again? Hello, you. Welcome to Geekers and welcome to the last live stream of the Planet Zoo beta. Extended beta announced when? Yeah, we'd have had it by now, I think. There's a real big echo. Hold on. Does it sound crap? Yeah, it does. Oh no, we're still on the microphone echo. Okay, just hold on there 1 sec. 1 sec. Okay. Is that better? Met you in KRX stream last night. Long time ago. Oh, hi Nick. Yeah, I recognise your name. How's it going? Better? Yeah. For every now and again, the little box that I've got that the microphone goes into, that then turns the analog signal of the microphone into a digital signal through USB. Every now and again, that thing just turns itself off, and then the computer either just says there's no chat, there's no mic, or it'll revert to the webcam mic, which is what it just did then. That's when it goes all buggy and sounds echoey and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, we're here now. We're here. We're drinking all the beer. How's it going? Thank you, Autumn, for keeping on top of stuff. Okay, let's jump in. Oh! Oh! Animaniacs! Cody Stop, Representative Hermes. Super chat for a super channel. Thank you so much, Cody. Although it doesn't make the little bar go up here. Super chats. I can't get super chats and donations to make the same bar go up annoyingly. But any money we take on live streams is going towards getting a 4K monitor and therefore 4K videos for you lovely folks. Okay. You've got a small series to keep us going after the beta ends, I hope. Yeah, I have. It's not an everyday thing. I haven't been able to get that much pre-recorded, but yes, we do have a secret beta series that's going to go out. Yeah. We're also going to have a look at Zoo Tycoon 2. We're also going to have a look at a new dinosaur zoo game called Prehistoric Kingdom. Can you do an indie there for that? No, there'll be no more elephants, no more animals added there because the market has just gone absolutely ridiculous and everything's like 1,000 leaves. So no, what we're doing today is actually going to be sorting out the guest-facing side of the Gharial exhibit that we built the other day, because that's the last little bit of the zoo I need to finish off. Now, I'm going to avert your eyes a moment, because there is stuff in here that I don't want you to see. And how about Hotel Magnate? If it comes out, sure. Oh yes, I'm very glad I cut the screen off because you were not meant to see any of that. Okay, lots of secrets coming later this week. Alright, we'll go back to main now. There we go. Okay, so here's where we're working on. Prehistoric Kingdom is really promising. Yes, it looks really good. We played it ages ago on the channel. I mean, really, I think 2 years ago, there was an incredibly early alpha that we played. And it was fine. But I think what happened, to be honest with you, is I think Jurassic World Evolution didn't end up being as great as a lot of people wanted it to be. And the people at Prehistoric Kingdom went, oh, we could do really well here if we sort of pull our finger out a little bit. So I think they went back into sort of like pre-development almost and kind of built it from the ground up again. So yeah, it's looking really exciting. Do you remember me from last Dream? I assume you mean stream. To be honest with you, these streams regularly have over 500 people, so apologies if I don't recognise everyone's name. Greetings from Germany. Keep up your videos. Love the Pimp My Habitat series. Awesome, thank you. Did try and get a couple more of those done. Unfortunately, didn't run out of time, so there's no more Pimp My Habitat until the launch of the game now, but they are 100% something we're going to keep up. Definitely. So I'm going to pause the game first of all because no animals are giving birth anymore. There's no animals on the workshop. On the trading that are cheap enough for anything. So, for instance, we've got a single lemur left in our ringtail lemur exhibit. But if we come down here to get any more, empty. There's not a single ringtail lemur on there now. So that's great, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Is it building mode exactly the same as in Planet Coaster? Yes, pretty much identical. Yeah. So happy you made a stream finally. Welcome, Stephanie. So yeah, this is the area I want to fix today. The entrance to the Gharial exit. I'm thinking we carry on the Indian theme a little bit. We have some rock work and stuff. Maybe like a little Indian market or something. We've got all those awesome Indian pieces that we just haven't really used. Zebras, antelopes, ostriches reproduce after you left last night. Oh, really? Oh, well, I've got very little reproducing. Hey, Geekers, I'm a big fan of the videos. What are your hopes and predictions for the future DLC content? Oh, we've gone over this a few times, but very briefly, I would like to see a marsupial DLC. I would like to see a aquatic DLC. And I would also like to see single animals that they release in sort of mini packs where the money taken from them goes towards the welfare of that animal in real life. There you go. That's what I want to see. Have we got that big lump of terrain there that we're stuck with? That is quite stunning, isn't it? Oh, there we go. We can lose most of it. Good stuff. Amsterdam. Oh, nice. Just spent 10k on elephants, which just offer 10cc each. It's getting reset tomorrow anyway. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. What Kingdom game is he talking about? I replayed. I can't understand what game it is. It's called Prehistoric Kingdom. And it's a dinosaur zoo game. So it's basically a Jurassic Park game without the Jurassic Park IP to it. It looks very fun. Haven't really seen you do any of the management side. Do you think there's enough to do there once building is finished? Probably, Bosch. It's just not really how I play, to be honest. But yeah, I imagine there's lots of stuff there. What animal do you really want Planet Zoo to add? Meerkats. And flamingos. Okay, so I'll go for desert rocks. I think it kind of matches the stone. Love these streams and videos, Planet Zoo. Thank you. Your cursor is acting. Yes, I don't understand why this happens when I stream, but the cursor kind of squishes itself down into like a box about this big up in the corner. Very aware it's there, but I can't find any fix to it. What are you most disappointed about Jurassic World Evolution? Just the lack of customization, really. The actual game was fine, I suppose. It was a very pretty looking game, very attractive game, but just personally not enough customization for me. Like even, I mean, I know since you've been able to, but in the original game, just the fact that you couldn't place individual trees down, even that, that kind of thing really sort of took me out of the moment, to be honest. I'd really like you to head straight into a modern zoo for your main Let's Play of Planet Zoo. Don't think the age progression thing would work as well as it did in Planet Coaster. Yes, so let's talk about that for a bit then. I assume you're referring to Pinewood Hills. That was our park in Planet Coaster that began in the sort of 1940s and worked its way through the generations, and sort of rides accompanied it. No, I think you're right. I think that sort of thing wouldn't work in a zoo game because, well, I'll be honest with you, old zoos were horrific, and that's the main reason why it wouldn't work very well, I think. But what the other reason I'm not going to tackle something like Pinewood Hills is basically Pinewood Hills is 2 years old now and is still not finished. I'm hoping to get it finished in the next month while we wait for Planet Zoo, but you know, there's a good chance you know, it'll never quite get as finished as I wanted it to originally, and that's mostly because I just overestimated the scale of it and made the whole thing too big. So. That's happened with other series as well, Geekum Studios, you know, to an extent Uzuri Gardens, even though me and Mass both said that we didn't want it to be a huge series, it ended up being a pretty big series. So for that reason, I'm going to tackle Planet Zoo very differently when it comes to Let's Plays on the channel and speed builds and stuff. I still want to have a zoo, so I don't just want to build like individual exhibits. So I still want the whole thing to sort of coalesce and work together and work on backstages and things like that. But each zoo is going to be a much smaller scale than anything I built in Planet Coaster was. And the way we're going to do it, and the way we're going to keep to that scale, is at the start of the series, we're going to pick a biome, we're going to pick a theme that goes with that biome, and we're going to pick 6 to 8 animals that fit within that theme and biome. And that's going to be our zoo. And then when we've done that, we start Series 2. That's basically how we're going to do it. Because I don't want to have another 2-year-long series that I get fed up with and we never finish and people get mad at me. So the viewers can vote on that. Probably not. The viewers will have some say because you always do have say in how this sort of stuff works, but I already have like 2 or 3 zoos that I want to tackle and I want to have a go at doing. So we're going to be starting. The first one we're going to start, because it's the one thing I've really missed being able to do properly in this beta. I've really missed being able to do like solid, like temperate to cold animals, right? Because the place here is just so hot. So the first series we're going to do in Planet Zoo when the game launches is a North American grizzly outback Yukon style zoo. So lots of log cabins, lots of pines, lots of firs, some snow, lots of dark grasses, and animal wise it's going to be things like grizzlies, wolves, elk. I don't know exactly what we're going to get in the game that will work, but that kind of thing. So that's going to be the first zoo we do, and that's going to be relatively small scale. It's going to probably have half a dozen animals in it. So that's going to be series 1, and I'm hoping it takes around about 4 months. And then season 2, I don't know actually from season 2. I've got a few other ideas. I'd like to have a go at a sort of classic British kind of thing, a little bit like Goodwin House, the Goodwin Manor, the first zoo, but you know, a lot different. So I don't know about something like that, or maybe the other thing I really want to try and do, and I've been trying my hardest to build geodesic domes for it, but I'd love to have a go at something like an Eden project kind of thing, using domes and stuff like that. That'd be quite fun as well. Somebody just mentioned Azaru. Did you see Poison Blaze Azaru? Yes, fantastic, really great series. I'm working on a oh, thank you, I'll get to that in a minute. Working on a people you should watch video like we did with Planet Coaster, and he's going to be on it definitely. Paulsley, thank you so much. Oh, another one, wow. I feel you should name a ginger animal after me. We can. I don't think we have any ginger animals currently in Betaville Zoo, do we? Are there any ginger animals we have? No. I suppose like something like an orangutan. We can totally name an orangutan, Paulsley, when we get around to doing orangutan. I'd love to have a go at a real sort of modern a modern African zoo as well, using the sort of a slash between the African and the New World architecture. I think that'd be really good. And also from Gamezoid donated $1 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Gamezoid. It's very much appreciated. As I said, all donations and Super Chats are going towards getting a 4K monitor so we can produce some 4K videos for you lovely folks. If you do a regular donation through Steam Labs, it will make that bar go up at the bottom. Unfortunately, Super Chats don't. So that's how that works. But thank you. What was your least favourite animal? I don't really have one, to be honest. I don't think. No, I think they've all got their own little charm, to be honest. There we go. It's a nice sort of plateau. Need to kind of fill this in here. We'll copy that over. Would you like to see it added in the future or in full release? Yeah, just answered that one, but very briefly. Meerkats, otters. There you go. Favorite animals so far? Probably the lemurs, and it's just purely for the fact that they interact so well with stuff you build. That's awesome. I hope you decide to go on with a mega zoo. Like the idea of themed areas. No, I don't think so, because I've done that with Planet Coaster, and I never really liked how it turned out. So we're going to do smaller zoos that we can finish and say, yes, I'm happy with that, and move on. I mean, they'll basically be as if they were themed areas, but I think the benefits of not tying myself down to one huge zoo that gets very bloated and makes the game run slow outweigh the positives of the nice sort of coherent series. I hope you understand. Yes, a marine one would be really good. Rockworks says, "You see the dragon carcass?" I did, yes. It was really impressive, yeah. Will there be penguins in the game? I don't know. I know as much as you. 4K is the same to the human eye as 1080p. No, it isn't. The human eye doesn't work in resolution. That's a ridiculous thing to say. Is there any rarer or more unrealistic animals you'd like to see in the game? Not unrealistic, not particularly, no. I know a lot of people would love something like a mythical creatures pack with like yetis and unicorns and stuff, but no, it's not really the sort of thing that appeals to me, to be honest. There we go. I haven't slept for 43 hours. Well, you want to get some sleep. Has Planet Zoo increased your subscribers like you were hoping so far? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I never go into playing a game hoping the numbers go up, but I did assume that Planet Zoo would do quite well for us. But yeah, the amount it's done well is incredible. Yeah, it really is. What am I milled in? Just the kind of entrancey bit to the Gharial exhibit that we never finished in the Gharial. So just this area here, basically. And if we finish this, then we might go and work on something else. What do you think your first zoo theme will be? As I said, it's going to be a North American Grizzly Hills style. Lots of sort of pines and grey rock and that sort of thing. Can you make an exhibit? No. Subplanet Zoo, welcome. I have 4K. I can watch. I have 4K and can watch in videos with like 2480. Yes. I hope they add butterflies. You can add them to a walkthrough exhibit. I'm not sure all zoos have them, but it was something different. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I don't know how they're going to do that. But I would like to see things like butterflies, bat caves, lorikeets, that kind of thing. Do you think Frontier will be able to make an Avery DLC of some sort? I can't see why they wouldn't be able to. The only thing I would be concerned about is how they would do like roofing. You know, like they'd have to have some sort of procedural netting system. Hey, Pause, how's it going, friend? That kind of thing would be difficult. Did you hear about the Skyliner? Yeah, the rider. Oh yeah, the crash. Yeah, awful. God, I hope everyone's okay. Currently getting through about 10 pieces of homework. How well did you do at school? I did really well in my GCSEs and then didn't do anything else after that. See, I wanted to do like a market on here, but it doesn't look like... I'm thinking more like ruins is probably better. Yeah. Would you like to see animal... Oh yeah, demonstration shows would be good. Yeah, sea lion shows, parrot shows, that kind of thing. That'd be a good addition, I think. Yeah. You could put a tiger statue there. We could, but we don't have a tiger. Surely a tiger statue would be near to where a tiger would be. Let's have a look at some flat floors then and see about doing something with those. There we go. Let's see if we can make this look more like ruins as opposed to a sort of semi-natural rock. There we go. Hey, what graphics card do you use? I plan to upgrade. I use an Aorus water-cooled 2080 Ti. It's a beast. Are there any other attractions like monorail in the game? Yeah, so I think it's been announced that we've got a no, what have we got so far? A train, a car ride, and a boat ride, I think. And I imagine some sort of monorail seems like it would be in there, but not like a big Disney shuttle monorail, more like a little sort of put rail type thing. Anyone know how to say hi? My name is Name for homework. I assume you mean in another language than English. Yeah, so for the boats. Yeah, me too. I love all of those things, to be honest. I want to see a carousel in the game. Seems like zoos always have those. So, you're right. Zoos always do have carousels, and I do wonder how they're going to approach that and whether or not we're ever going to see them. Yeah. Will you be able to stream in 4K? I wouldn't have thought so, to be honest. Not until this is... The only way I think I could do it is by owning a second PC to handle the streamy stuff, if that makes sense. I think running off one PC, I just don't think it's possible. And then the other thing is that whether or not people could even watch a 4K stream. And there's even a chance that the regular gameplay isn't in 4K because despite this PC being pretty much the best you can buy right now, the game might run like arse. So it might be that we scale it down to sort of 1080, but we can just do some really nice cinematics in 4K or something. I don't know. It's just something. It's the next sort of obvious step in video development. Why is there a weird beep every now and again? I don't know. Do I? Sorry, it's me. It was me. Sorry. I've got TweetDeck open in the background. I didn't even notice. Thank you, Tyler. Flotsam didn't have enough content for $30. Well, it's early access. We've actually got some more Flotsam videos in the bag, ready to go. I've held off on putting them out because, plans are beta and all that. But I'd like they will go out, and I think sometimes you are sort of paying for early access. Really, you're paying to be there, with your foot in the door early on. I would like to see I get added a lot more though. Yeah, definitely. Am I correct in thinking Uzuri will return after the beta? Me and Mass would like to get Uzuri boxed off before the full release. We'll see. Caroline, the cat's doing fine. He was around before and now he's potted off. He's probably gone for a little lie down, but yeah, he's doing good. Thank you. Oh, look at this. We've got a couple of moderators. Feel free to remove that person if you wish, moderators. They don't seem like they're willing to play nice. Anything in your current zoo or upcoming zoo inspired by a real zoo you've been to? No. In a word. Just joined. We are working on the front-facing area of the Gharial exhibit that we built the other day. Hey, Janty, just joined the stream. How's it going? It's going well, Blue Jay. Thank you. And we're going to turn this into a little market stall. So we're going to want things like this. We're going to want things like I think they might be a little over the top. That one's pretty good though. Those are the facts. Thank you very much, Melissa, for the donation. It's very much appreciated. Put that in there. I built a polar bear exhibit inspired from Toronto Zoo. Hoping to get to Toronto Zoo in a few weeks, hopefully. My mother's coming to visit, so from the UK. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's kill two birds with one stone. We'll have a nice day out at the zoo, and I'll be able to get some reference footage for the channel. Always thinking. So yeah, hopefully we get to Toronto Zoo. Yeah. How is your son adjusting to living in Canada? I'll be honest with you, Elise, he doesn't know any difference. He wasn't even 2 when we got here. I think apart from not seeing his grandparents as much as he used to, I don't think he even understands what a country is yet, or that this is any different to the country he was in. Did you ever get hold of my habitat for Pimp Your Habitat? To be honest with you, Ness, I got about 30, and I had to select a few because I'm obviously not going to be able to do all of them. And the ones I picked, for anyone interested in adding, like putting some more together for the full release, the ones I picked were ones that I could see potential in and be able to take part of it and develop. Quite a few of the ones I got, unfortunately, were just green boxes. They were literally just like a square of green with 2 trees planted down. And the idea behind Pimp My Habitat was that we would, like much in the same way as Pimp My Ride or Changing Rooms or Ground Force or whatever, we could take something that was already there and polish it and develop it. Whereas if some people just sent me ones that were just like green boxes with 2 trees in, then I might as well just build my own exhibit, right? I hope that makes sense. So with Pimp My Habitats, the ones I'm picking are the ones where I can see that people have really sort of tried to do something and they've got a bit of a vision that they've not been able to fully go through. So hopefully that makes sense and doesn't sound too awful. There's definitely going to be more of them, but unfortunately there's going to be no more now until full release because I just haven't had time to do any more of them. Look at this stuff; it's so gorgeous. I want to put them on the floor down there. In fact, I want to put them on a rug because that's what they would do. Put my hands on my favorite. That's good. Are you friends with Best in Slot? We've chatted briefly. I've never met him. He went to Gamescom, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to Gamescom. But yeah, we're not unfriendly. But I wouldn't particularly call myself friends with him. No, we don't. But I'm hoping to chat to him more as we sort of both carry on playing with the game. I'm a big fan of his work. I watch all his videos. Do we have some sort of archer for scale? That's a great point. No, is the answer. I suppose a couple of these things probably aren't badly scaled. Like this little put is pretty good scale. But I've not found anything that I can place down and say, there's your winner. The closest one I've got so far, I'll show you the contenders. Okay, I've gone through every single item in the game and tried to find an archer. So here's one. All right. Here's another one. There are 3 items I found that aren't horrific scale-wise, and the third one is I think it must be the biggest one then, yeah. So there you go. Whaley, or maybe it's the middle leaf actually, I think that's probably closer. Oh. There we go. There are the 3 things. The gap is a month. It sure is, yes. Got to be whale for scale. I mean, it makes sense, right? But, I mean, here you go. Come here. They're the thing. I mean, none of them are perfect. But they're the 3 things that are so far, roughly. You could make a simple archer there, man. Of course you could. You could just pop down a staff member as well, or just move somebody over like I've done here. The problem is sometimes you're not building against a path, so it's difficult to get staff there. Are you friends with the lady designer? I was until she decided not to be anymore. Is the FPS performance better than on Planet Coaster? I don't know. This is a brand new PC I'm playing on, so it could just be that the PC is better. But so far, it's been better for me. Yeah. Say hello to the cat for me. Thank you, Daniel. It's usually good to build a little taller than the average height anyway. Yeah. So in that case, I mean the giraffe. I don't know. They're the three. I suppose the leaf's out then in that case because the leaf only comes to about shoulder height. So I guess it's those two. They're the two so far I've got. So either giraffe or whale. I think whale for scale sounds perfect. I've not noticed a significant drop in performance between Planco and Plan Zoo Grants. I haven't built anything huge yet. Hi, Mass, by the way. Yeah, same here, really. I mean, this runs about as well as I would expect a part to. It's weird, though, because I'm getting good FPS on a whole, but then every and again, the game will just hang for like 3 seconds. And then carry on again. And that doesn't seem to be like a performance thing. That seems to be like a beta issue. You know? Are we going for whale? Are we going for whale for scale, are we? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Seems interesting to have a sperm whale decorative item in the game. I wonder if that's foreshadowing. I don't think we'll ever see them in the game. I mean, you just can't keep them in Zills. Mandrew Part 2 coming today. No, sorry, that's going to be tomorrow. I forgot we had a live stream. So, live stream is today, and then Mandrills is done. It's finished. Look, it's just over there. Oh, secrets. Are you friends with Silverette? Again, yes, I would say I'm friendly with Silverette. We chat on Discord, and I'm a real big fan of his work. You know, I get so many people comment on my videos like, oh my god, this is amazing. I can never make something like this. It's so inspirational. And I think that's how I feel about when I watch Silverette. Like, he's just on another level, that guy. The amount of... the amount of like just juice he can get out of pieces in the game. I don't know how he does it. Is the game going to be on PS4? No, this game will never move off PC. I'm afraid it isn't built for thingy games at all. Mentioned Junie's video the other day. Yes, I think you mentioned me in the Grizzly Bear one. Really good looking builds. Hey Expedition. Oh, your name's all lit up. Is that because you've got one of them verifieds? Your name comes up as like a special box lock. Look at him. Mr. Big Deal here. Thought of the better ended yesterday. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. British. Yeah, imagine playing with this controller. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Bicycle. What's this? Oh, we're going to build another little store ourselves, weren't we? Okay. I tried to. No, I don't know. Try to Thrive. I've seen his videos pop up though. But yeah, he's. I don't think he's been on my radar before. Although there's that many names, you know. Ever consider changing the channel name to Jonty Sparrow? No. Purposefully, 11 a.m. my time tomorrow. Yeah, same for me. 12 o'clock for me. I'm going to get up early and have the morning on it. When you hover over your barricades icons, no, it doesn't. No, that doesn't work for me. Well, I know some people it does. No, the channel has always very specifically been Geekism and not Jonty Sparrow, because the way I see it is that even though at the moment it's only me producing content, I always want to keep the idea open that Geekism is a channel that I make content for, and perhaps in the future there could be other people that make content for it as well, or other people that come under the banner of Geekism. It's very specifically always the idea with Geekism was meant to be that it's a community, and it's not the Jonty Sparrow Show. How did you come up with the name Geekism? So, I have a very specific set of rules for name, a bit like Yogscast, yeah, but I wouldn't do the whole the partner thing that they do, where they take a percentage of other people's revenue or stuff like that. It would just be that if it ever got to a point where it was big enough to maybe bring in other people, or maybe even pivot into like game development or something like that, I always wanted it to be something that would look good on a banner above a shop, and not the Jonty Sparrow Show, you know. I'm not friends with Game. No, I don't know Game Riot. No, are you just going through every other person who makes Planet Zoo videos? Here's the people I know who make Planet Zoo videos: Mass Bandit, S Down Wolf, Beyond Drew. I've met those in real life. Silverette, Rudy Rain Kamel. I've met them at a convention as well. Are you friends with Mass Bandit? Very good friends with Mass Bandit. Very good friends with Mass Bandit. Yes. And who else do I know? That's about it, really. I mean, I chat with others. Oh, like Paulsley, the Geek Cupboards. I chat with both of those. They're both nice guys, British guys who make videos. Yeah, Theme Park Worldwide. Yeah, I know Sean from Theme Park Worldwide. The Gaming Beaver, no, don't know him. If you keep game open after beta, it doesn't close you. Surely you can keep playing. No, apparently not. Apparently it's just going to throw you out. Cheers, Mast. Have fun. Looking forward to it. Enjoyed your videos this week. Your Warthogs redo and your Reptile House, and I think I've got one to watch. Are you going to do any more Satisfactory? Probably not. Maybe when it comes into full release. I don't know. John T and PewDiePie are BFFs. Oh yeah, yeah, we go way back. Me and PewDiePie like this. This is me. This is PewDiePie. How was Cedar Point? Any good? Think about going. Yes, stunning theme park. Fantastic. Amusement park. What happened with you and the lady? Nothing really. She just decided that she didn't want to keep in touch with me, I guess. You're friends with Rudy? Yeah, I chat to Rudy quite a bit, yeah. Paul's has amazing videos. Everyone should check those out. Yes, he does. If you want a tutorial on anything in this game, Paulsley will have made one. Full release is November 5th. Are you filling the gap between the closed beta and release of the game? So I've got some Planet Zoo stuff pre-recorded, and I've got, and then we're going to look at some other Zoo games as well. Yeah, that's the plan, and other bits and bobs as well. We've got some. Flotsam, I want to kind of finish that off. And did anyone see the announcement, or the real pre-announcement that the team behind Surviving Mars, or at least the team behind publishing Surviving Mars, have got a new title coming out called Surviving the Apocalypse? That looks interesting. I enjoyed Surviving Mars. So that's exciting. And there's other stuff as well. Thank you, Ness. What do you get if you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? Fantastic. Love it. Your honest opinion on Planet Zoo. It's pretty much everything I expected it to be. It does certain things really, really well. Other things it's kind of blighted a little bit by the Planet engine. But overall, it's exactly what I wanted it to be. And I imagine I'm going to easily plow 1,000 hours into it and think nothing of it. Oops, I hope they fit in there. It doesn't look like they do, does it? What's been your favourite animal of the beta? Lemurs. Love the lemurs. They're adorable. I'm saving most of Paul's videos for the month break. That's a great idea. He's easily made 6 months worth, so we need a fact sheet of all the questions you have to answer multiple times and the mods answer. Yes, mods feel free to answer stuff that comes up a lot. I already have 100 hours. I will probably cap out at 100 hours by the end of the beta, yeah. Do you think the animal animations are made perfectly? I mean, they look fantastic to me. Like, I couldn't do a better job. What would go there alongside fabric? I suppose we'll just put another one of these up here and just turn it around so it looks different. There we go. Did anyone get a glitch when the lemurs paused and did something, building the lemurs would pop up? Yeah, I've got a lot of animals going into boxes, to be honest. Are you friends with Lady Manatee Gaming? No. Watch some of her stuff, though. I found out about you just before the beta started. I love your videos. Just wanted to ask, how many DLC packs do you think there will be? More like Planet Coaster or less like JW? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know whether we'll see more packs on a smaller scale, like Jurassic World, like maybe like here's 3 animals, Or will we see more like here's a here's a continent set with like 15 animals and a building theme. I really don't know. I don't know. They could go either way, and I think probably either way would work. But I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I'm going to get it, whatever it is, right? So it doesn't really matter too much. But I genuinely can't. Yeah, don't know how they're going to go with it. Small animal packs with themes, periodically. Yeah. So similar to Planet Coaster, like Planet Coaster would always pick a theme, pick a genre, and say, here's 5 or 6 rides that fit that, and then a load of building pieces. And I think something like that would probably work quite well. So if they did like Down Under, so here's kangaroos, koalas, a croc, I don't know, like a capybara, a few other things, and then like half a dozen exhibit animals, like different types of toads and stuff. And then here's like a set of indigenous Australian architecture as well. That's kind of personally how I think they will go. Yeah. Matty Boy, just wanted to say thanks for all the fantastic content you provide us. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for the donation, Matty Boy. It's incredibly generous. My word, we'll be 4K in no time at this rate, folks. That'd be good if we could launch Planet Zoo in 4K. Oh my god, I need to check them out. Need to check who out? What did I miss? Reptiles and birds don't lay eggs bother you? I find it a bit weird. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much. I'd like to talk to a zookeeper about how they handle eggs in a real zoo, because I can't imagine if they bought it. Are you allowed to state if you still know more information still under NDA? I can't. I don't know anything now. I'm completely up to date. The last thing I knew about, so the two big things I knew about that I couldn't talk about were protesters and red pandas. And both of those are in the game now. They were the two big ones that I knew that they were like, you can't talk about that. And they're out now. So yeah, I know nothing now. Time passing problem could be slowed down. Personally, I'm going to play Sandbox. I'm going to pause aging on my animals. I want one bear and be like, that's my bear. Like, I'm not dealing with animals dying. Like, he's my dude. What happened to that channel you started with the other Planko YouTubers? I don't know really. I think the biggest problem was that there were a good chunk of people who weren't necessarily pulling their weight, and it just kind of slowed to a halt for that reason. I think there were a few people who did all the videos that were asked of them, and there were a few people who didn't. But yeah, I was up for carrying on, but no, yeah, it just didn't carry on. So yeah, just a comment on it. Exactly. I watched a documentary on zoos. They will take the eggs off animals and replace them with fakes and monitor the eggs in an incubator. Exactly. So they ain't adding all that to the game. If anything, we would get a nest that puts down like a food tray or something, and the animals would go over and they would sit there. But that's not particularly realistic. I assumed that would happen. The eggs would be taken away and they'd be monitored and they'd be kept under heat lamps and stuff. So, are you friends with the game BVET? You've asked that one. I think you're just doing it on purpose now. I bet many other YouTubers would join you in another channel. I'm sure they would. But it was a hell of a lot of work for not particularly fantastic results. So I'll be honest with you, other than Masked and Uzuri, I don't think I'm going to be considering any collaborations for a while, because they are so much work to get everyone singing from the same hymn sheet. I kind of looked out with Masked because we really gelled well and the stuff we make is so similar. But yeah, I'm not particularly looking for collaborations in the future because it's a lot of work. Yeah. Any YouTube top tips for doing a channel? Oh yeah, hundreds and hundreds. I don't really collab as my OCD hates other people messing with my stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's a fair point. I asked if you need a game, but fair enough. Do you know Wildlands? It's a cool zoo from the Netherlands. I've been looking at pictures of it. Yes, sorry. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah. Have you seen Tagback TV's videos? I've seen a couple of his Yeah, he's in a couple of his videos. I see that he streams a lot as well, but I don't really get time to really settle down into streams much. But yeah, I've definitely watched a couple of his videos, and yeah, really, really nice stuff. Yeah, good. Yeah. Is there any animals that haven't been confirmed yet that you really want to see? I'll let the moderators answer. Can you zoom out? Just got on today. I can. Hold on. Which way can I zoom out? Because the stuff you can't see, the stuff that's pre-recorded, I can zoom out this way. Yeah, you can see all of that. You can't see that. You can see that. There you go. That's what we've built so far. Have you ever been to Georgia Aquarium? No, but I've heard it's a very good one. The only tutorials that matter are low resolution, have an unregistered type account, 2 words of mode, and use notepads. Yeah. Or that ridiculous text-to-speak thing where it's like, this is how you program a Samsung TV. Have you ever tried and recreate Chester Zoo? I will definitely use parts of Chester Zoo as inspiration, but I don't do straight-up recreations. Not really my bag. Are you disappointed by the fact that Australian animals aren't in the game? No, I kind of thought quite early on that they didn't start showing some of the big hitters like kangaroos. I kind of thought, well, that's probably going to be a DLC then. Just because it's a really nice way you can box them up, you know? I know, no spooky door. We have non-spooky balcony French window. Nowhere near as spooky, is it? Have you been to Toronto Zoo yet? No, not yet. Hopefully going to go in a few weeks. That shucks, it's pretty chilly outside actually today. Oh, glad to see the fair rejected the takeover. Yes, yeah, God, can you imagine? Six Flags owning everything. Ugh. Yeah, that would not have been good. Right, listen, folks, we need to go for a quick whittle. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Oh, sorry about that, folks. She looks really good. Thank you, JD Boo. Why are you not a feature creator on the Planet Coaster globe that appears when you open the game? Who knows? How good are you with biology? I've got a son. I'm alright, I guess. Love your videos, man. Thank you. It'd be nice to make a hill and make some content on it, but it'd be nice to make a hill and make some content on it. Maybe if devs could put in some pre-made biome maps or something. Yeah, one thing they never really did was like pre-made maps. People will probably do some on the workshop because they're the kind to do it. Yeah. I thought you want another Planet game from Frontier. Oh, sorry. I don't care what you stream as long as it makes the time fly faster for Plan Zoo's release. I feel like Zoo is really spread out much more than theme parks. Going to use land area much quicker. Yeah, probably. Although they're very clever with their land use, to be honest with you. They very often have like a facility that looks after quite a few different exhibits. So you have to kind of do this sort of hub and spoke design. Yeah. My cat just steps on my keyboard. Yeah, mine does that. Do you think we'll be able to import your own signage into the game like you could on Planet Coaster? Who knows? Be nice if you could. Would you rather have an American alligator or Nile crocodile in the game? I'm not into them enough to care. Sorry. My cousin has just become a marine biologist. So proud of her. Oh, that's awesome. Have you ever been to Disney's Animal Kingdom? Yes, many times. Yeah, I wish we could merge both games together like that. As much as I would love to, because they're very often my favourite parks. Things like Busch Gardens, Animal Kingdom. The problem is then that the game is trying to do a lot, and I'd rather it do less and do it well. Any plans on continuing the Parkitect campaign? Yes, definitely. While we're waiting for Planet Zoo, yes, we will get back to Parkitect. I found the snap to position much better in this than Planko. I haven't really noticed much of a difference, to be honest. But good. Glad it's working for you. Oh, that's the one we already picked. But you see our way to the golden blue, the cold water blues. I don't know what that is that's in my head. Education boards are customizable. I just like it. I'd like more options. Like I'd like each animal to have like 5 or 6 pictures. That's all. That'd be nice. Thank you, Carolina. See you later, Caroline. Excuse me. Right. So let's make a little wooden stand here. Something that looks a little bit more permanent. Excuse me, that's the wife. Wheels should be delivered. Hold on, let me just message Nicola back. Right, so we've got some winter tyres coming with all this sweet Plan Zoo ad revenue. So in my I do this quite a lot when I'm really behind on something and finally get around to watching it. I've recently got around to watching The Good Place. Oh, it's so good. It's like my new favourite thing. I don't know why I totally avoided it, and I really shouldn't have, because I like Kristen Bell way back from like Veronica Mars days, and I love Ted Danson. He's a legend. But for some reason, it just the picture, you know, like when you're just looking through Netflix and just the image will come up and you just go, no. And I just didn't think it was what it was at all. But I watched it and wow. Yeah, it's very, very funny, very clever. So glad I finally got around to watching it. 100k with Plan Zoo boost by the end of the year. Well, I don't mind whether we do or not. Paulsley does, though. Minds whether I get 100k because he's got a bet with a mate of his as to whether or not we get to 100k by the end of the year. In my parts of Ontario, they are not required, just recommended. Yes, they're recommended here as well. Yeah, you don't have to have them. You will want winter tires in Canada. Won't give second chances. Lived here my whole life, I promise. I've literally just told you I bought winter tires. Like, I know. Yeah, that's why I bought them. Yeah, but no, they're not. They're not essential. They're just recommended, and it brings your insurance down a little as well, right? So, went for it. Has the increase in subs increased your income? Subs directly doesn't affect income in any way. No, it's just the views going up. But obviously, more subscribers usually means more people watching videos early, which in turn increases YouTube sharing of your content, etc., etc. It'd be cool if a classroom area like some zoos have, where you can come and take a close-up look at some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether we'll ever see that kind of thing, but that sort of interaction, yeah, like you say, like bug exhibits where they bring out some bugs that school kids can come and see. You know, that'd be ace. You're my favourite YouTuber. Thank you, MGS. Any plans to venture to Western Canada? We'd love to go over and see some of Western Canada. We have friends in Alberta that we're hopefully going to go and see. But right now, the money's a little tight, so at the moment, no. Tires are especially good for foreign drivers that have little experience on snow. Yeah, exactly. Are you going to add a safari ride later on? Bum 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 ba-dum. Since there's no archer in Plan Zoo, what is the best for Pete style? Whale for scale, Mr. Malova. Whale for scale. Whale for scale, exactly, yes. Looking forward to Epic Universe. Yes, can't wait. I would love to have a feeding station so guests can give animals like elephants, giraffes snacks. As in my area has one for their giraffes. It's really cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Are there any areas of gameplay you think could be more realistic? Realistic. I mean, there are things that could be realistic, but I think, to be honest with you, any more realism... Do you make your own channel or video art? Yes, I do, yeah. Any more realism would start to detriment gameplay a little, I think. So I'm kind of happy with how it is. Right, so what did we... So we've got fruit and veg, we've got thingies. What were we going to sell on this one then? Flowers? Can we recolor them? We can. Good. In that case, this one is going to sell flowers and some pots and stuff. Cat died today. Me and her always watch a video. Oh my god, Geordie, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's horrible losing a pet. Sending much love your way. It's not a nice thing at all. What are some other themes you'd like? I would love a traditional, like a proper sort of grizzly North American theme. So, you know, like Yukon style, and some like Native American stuff as well would be really good. Scare the life out of me. Sorry, folks, that scared you. Rudy's so not realistic, but have you seen Rudy's floating lemur habitat? Yeah, it was me who convinced him to get rid of the posts in the end and just make it fully floating. What part of Canada did you emigrate to? On a side note, me and my friend watch all your Planet Zoo Beta. Find it annoying how so good you are at creating the habitats. Thank you, Andrew. We moved to London in Ontario. Have you learned more French since you moved to Canada? No, not at all. Don't live in a French-speaking part of Canada. Very rarely hear it, to be honest. Aztec or Mayan? Yeah. South American would be good, actually. Did Disney shoot themselves in the foot with Galaxy's Edge? No. I'm sure they'll make an absolute fortune. But I think they probably should have waited till both rides were ready. I think that was a bit of a swing and a miss, to be honest. There we go. There's our little market stall. How's that? I I don't know why it felt like a market stall. It just kind of did. And just because we haven't used those pieces, to be honest. I watch your vids every day. Thank you. Will the game stop at midnight? It stops at 5 o'clock UK time tomorrow. So depending on where you are, that's that. Do you know how much space this game will take up? It currently sits at around 12 gig, I think. Have you noticed the French on food and product labels and such? I mean, I've noticed that it's there, yeah. And I know some of it because I did French in school, but can you speak other languages than English? I'm incredibly good at sarcasm. But other than that, no, not really. I get by in France. I wouldn't starve in France. So that's about it. And I can say 2 beers, please, in most of the languages of the countries I visited. Do I miss the UK? No. No, I don't. Love playing this game. Can't wait for the full game. It's your game crash and bugs. I love your videos. Yes, yeah, game crashes quite a few times, and it's full of bugs. Of course, it's beta. Are there any foods from the UK you miss? Yes, Bovril. Really miss a nice bit of Bovril. Did you try poutine? Yes, of course. People forget that. When I moved to Canada, that wasn't the first time I'd been in Canada. Fuzzbucket, thank you. Loving your videos on Planet Zoo. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. It's very much appreciated. When I moved to Canada, it wasn't the first time I'd been to Canada. I've been to Canada quite a few times, and yeah, so eating poutine. Tomorrow is the last day of the beta. Been to the Netherlands? Yes, I have. It's a beautiful part of the world. Did I watch Paranormal Activity 3? That's an incredibly specific question. No, I can't stand horror films. I find them incredibly boring. Are we asking personal questions? Have you watched Orange is the New Black? No, I haven't, actually. That's another one that I've never got round to. I will in 10 years. That's usually how these things work. How do Towers and Pleasure Beach compare to international parks? Not very well. Alton Towers is pretty good, but to be honest with you, the rest of the world does theme parks better. Much better than me. Bovril, no. Bovril paste spread on buttered toast. Oh, God, it's like sex. It's so good. Have you watched The Flash? No. I gave up on all the Marvel TV series after some Daredevil. Wasn't really into it. KSI versus Logan Paul. I don't know what that is. KSI? Sorry, I don't know that one. Do you know if the lowest computer requirements are shown on Steam run the game smoothly? Yes, I think people have actually got it running on less quality stuff. But don't quote me on it. Congrats on 1.15k subs. Yeah, Paulsley's doing great. I remember that Paulsley had this is round 2 for Paulsley. Like he already had a channel with a few thousand subs on, and due to unfortunate circumstances had to start again. So he's soon racking them back up there, definitely. Will you be getting Disney Plus? Yes, 100%. Can't wait. Do you think a laptop can handle it? Completely depends on the laptop. Spectre Ryan, love your work, John C. I'm looking forward to the builds in Planet Zoo at full release. Thank you very much. It's very generous. What time is the base run tomorrow? 5 p.m. British time. What's your favourite Disney park? Do you know, it always used to be Hollywood Studios, but I'm thinking until I go back and see Toy Story and Star Wars that weren't there when last time I went, it's probably Animal Kingdom. Addicted to watching them. Thank you. I mean, not in a good way, but be careful. Go out and wash and see humans and stuff. That's good. Have you noticed any performance slowdown on big zoos? Heard Planko could be really slow. Planko could be really slow with huge zoos, yeah. But you're talking huge parks. You're talking huge parks that really, the game shouldn't be expected to run. Yeah. Zoo Tycoon 2. So, I've actually ordered a copy of Zoo Tycoon 2 off eBay. Spent way too much money on it because it's not available digitally anywhere. So, God, I hope I can get it to run. But yes, if I can get it to run, there will be a Zoo Tycoon 2 series on the channel. Although you will have to bear in mind that I've never played it before. So it may not be the most incredible content that you've come to expect from me. But yeah, hopefully, yeah. We can already watch Disney Plus there. Well, back in the UK, they had a thing called Disney Life that we had that was a subscription service. But I think the whole idea with the Disney Plus is that it's a worldwide rollout, right? Oops, that's not good. There we go. It's available on Amazon digitally. Not in Canada, it's not. Have you ever been to Dubai? Yes, I have. Yeah, wasn't a massive fan of the place, to be honest. Hey, John, how have you been? Good, thank you, Liam. Welcome to the stream. We already have Disney Plus in the Netherlands, enjoying it so far. Yeah, good stuff. It looks great. Disney Life, yeah, Disney Plus comes out in 2020. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, like I say, back in the UK, we had Disney Life and loved it. And then it was quite disappointed when I couldn't get it over here. I say you loved it. I loved it. Nicola's not really into Disney. She doesn't watch animated movies, really, but I love it. Can't wait till Xander's old enough. I didn't know that. What brought you to Dubai? Just a vacation. How to get more dollar offers in trading window? No, it's a bug. We're doing work inside in front of the Gharial exhibit. And we're just sort of finishing off these little green triangles that we always get left with. That just sometimes you just need to do something about. While I'm playing Planet Zoo, awesome. I enjoyed watching your cover up of Goodwin Manor. How is your takey? Because it's great, thanks. I mean, we're only halfway through it, but so far it's going really well. Thank you. Channel in the base was your favourite. Ring-tailed lemurs. Random note, Sword in the Stone is an underrated and awesome Disney movie. It's okay. Will you play Transport Fever 2? No, do you know what? I'm not a fan of transport games. I feel like I should be. It feels like they totally be in my wheelhouse, but I've done a few now on the channel and stuff, and they're not my thing at all. I find them quite dull. Sorry. Very important. Do you like birds? Is it very important? Yeah, I guess. I don't like pigeons. I don't know if I've talked about this on video before, actually. Until quite a recent age, I had a phobia of pigeons. Quite a bad one, actually. Really, really struggled to be anywhere near a pigeon. And when my son was born, I made a conscious effort to not... Because that's where phobias come from, right, a lot of the time. They come from the passing on from parents. And not necessarily just phobias, just dislikes in general. Like, I used to hate... You hate it when like you're at a fair or something and the parent will go, "Oh, look, a scary clown," you know. I'm thinking, well, the kid doesn't think it's scary. You're making him think it's scary. And I didn't like the idea of passing on an irrational fear like that to my son. So I went and got counselling and phobia counselling, and now I just dislike them, but I can walk past them, which I never used to be able to. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, I don't think I've mentioned that one before. Do you know Captain America? Do you know Captain America now? Where you are, it's Captain Canada. Yeah, exactly. New sub, thank you. Welcome. I think this needs a tree coming out of it as well, doesn't it? Wish I could do that with spiders. You can. Like, it's quite a simple thing to do. It's just whether or not you're willing to pay for it, I guess. Pineapple on pizza? No. But then I'm not really into the whole huge debate of pineapple on pizza. Like, I don't really care, and people shouldn't care that much. And I'm personally not a massive fan of fruit and meat on the same plate, so I'm not a massive fan of like duck and orange or lamb, like pork and applesauce or anything like that. Realistic, natural, exact. Yes, I try and go and do as realistic as I can. Yeah. What's my favorite Disney movie? I don't know really. I'm a big fan of the sort of the sort of second golden era, you know, like the rebirth era, like like Aladdin, Lion King. You know, they were the ones that were out when I was a kid, I guess. So they're probably the ones that I associate most with. I'm a huge fan of Hercules. That's great advice. Find things that are fascinating about them. That's a really good way of dealing with spiders. Wouldn't work for pigeons because there is nothing fascinating about a pigeon at all. Well, apart from the fact that you can never see a baby one. Uh, 5th of November, Cush Dave. Coco. Oh yeah, Coco was great. What was it in front of? It's in front of the Gharials. We're just doing the detailing down to the Gharials. Penguins are renowned. Sorry, pigeons are renowned. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, like homing pigeons. Yeah, and they used them in. They used them to like shoot down bomb like things, didn't they? Didn't they put them in like a thing and teach them to peck where the boats were or something? Yeah. The first Disney I saw at cinema was Bambi on its second release. Was it just pigeons? No, specifically pigeons. I'm more than fine with other birds. We'll go and have like birds, like parrots and stuff on me at zoos, and we'll walk into lorikeet exhibits and we have lots of sparrows here as well, and love watching them. And yeah, specifically pigeons. Just couldn't stand them. Just really felt incredibly scared. Got panic attacks near them and stuff. It was horrible. What do you think about Besting Slot his building because you said his buildings were blocky? I didn't say his buildings were blocky. I feel like it was taken out of context a little bit. I said that he had made great progress, and the next stage was to get a bit more detail onto the buildings so they looked less like wooden boxes. Now, there's nothing wrong necessarily with buildings looking like wooden boxes, but that is the next kind of step you make in Planco, is to start working on detailing, that's all. And I think he's got a million times better since the beta started. Really quite impressed with how much he's come on, and I don't mean that in a patronising way at all. I genuinely am impressed with it. And also I think he has a great knowledge of animals, and a great sort of feel for what makes a zoo. And I'm really excited about what he comes up with next, because I think as soon as his sort of technique in the game catches up with the rest of him, if that makes sense, I think he'll do some really exciting stuff. You going to do Planet Coaster any more than Planet Zoo has? I would like to finish off the series we have going in Planet Coaster, but after that, probably at least for the foreseeable future, I feel like I've accomplished everything I wanted to in Planet Coaster. Chester Zoo monorail is closed. Oh, that's a shame. That's the sort of monorail I expect in this game, by the way. One of those little things. I used to get points for shooting pigeons in GTA 4. Now, that is a game I can get behind. What is your favourite time of year? Oh, it went because you were spamming. Don't spam. I'll get to you. It was old and doesn't cover much of the new area. Oh, so it's closed like for good. Right, okay. Have you played Jurassic World Evolution? Yeah, we played it quite a bit on the channel when it came out. To be honest, if I'm totally honest with you, I played it quite a lot because it was a Frontier game, and they've always been so good to me. But honestly, it wasn't really my sort of thing. I think it was really built for fans of the movies. And as much as I don't mind the movies, I wouldn't really call myself a dinosaur fan. And for me personally, it needed a lot more customization to make it the sort of thing that I would return to. Did you get to play with every animal? No, not at all. No, I don't know how many we put down, but it certainly wasn't all of them. No. Yes, I will definitely put them up soon. Yeah, when I'm done with them. Yeah. I've been meaning to ask you: has the changing leaves caught your attention, or do you still get a lot of reds, oranges, and yellows in the UK? Right. So, yes, you do get incredible colour changing leaves in the UK, and I believe you do here as well because Nicola's commented on them a few times. But because I'm severely colourblind, it means nothing to me. They just look like trees with less leaves on them, unfortunately. But yeah, I know a lot of people talk about the fact that trees look amazing at this time of year, but yeah, it's just it's not something I can see, unfortunately. Do you want the Jurassic Boat ride in Orlando to get the Jurassic World retheme? I'd be happy for it to if it meant that it got better animatronics and stuff, because the ride's a bit dated now. I just got KFC. Incredible. You are absolutely winning at life right now. There's going to be a Jeep in this game? Yes. Has Frontier dumped the Planet Coaster side of the series? I mean, there's Elite Robot that said I think dumped is quite a hard word. They supported it for 2 years with multiple free updates and DLCs, but I believe that currently they are no longer working on Planet Coaster, other than like bug fixes and stuff maybe. What type of colour blindness do you have? I have tritanopia. The colourblind glasses don't work for me, unfortunately. They work for deuteranopia, I believe. No, then the glasses don't work. Trust me, guys, I am colourblind, okay? If anyone's going to know about this, I really hate mentioning my colourblindness on live streams and videos because everyone tries to tell me about Enchroma glasses like I haven't heard of them. Yeah, I have tritanopia, which is a problem with all the cones. Do you think they will reintroduce a sequencer for Blanco? No, I don't think so, because there's very few things in this game that can be sequenced. I very much doubt we'll get all the special effects that Blanco had, like explosions and stuff. I really can't imagine they will work in a zoo. As far as how colour blindness affects me in the games, it doesn't too much for a few reasons. One, I use a lot of hex codes, especially if Autumn's around. I use a lot of hex codes, so I'll go and find the hex code for a colour and put that into the game. But also, for the most part, let me find something I can recolour these things here. So I know I can recolor these, and basically I just learn where colors are, so I know we've got like reds, browns, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, etc. And then I've learned this scale as well, so we've got red, pink, purple, blue, white, green, yellow, orange, red, and then I know that that's less saturated, that's more saturated, that's light, and that's dark. So for the most part, if I want brown, I go to here, somewhere like that, and I know that's a browny kind of color. Now if I need to be more specific than that, then I'll go and look at some sort of hex codes. Yeah, hex code queen too, right? So that's not white. Yeah, exactly. It goes kind of through. You could get. It's meant to be white as far as the spectrum is concerned. Mocks are starting earlier this year. Best of luck, Connor. See the world in hex codes. Yeah, not far off. But yeah, it's basically you kind of just learn it. Now it's difficult, I imagine, because if you aren't colorblind, you've never had to worry about it, and if you are, you've never not been. I imagine it's similar to how blind people or deaf people work. Obviously, I'm not comparing myself to somebody who has to deal with that, but I just kind of learned that a lot of association. So, like for instance, I can't really tell the difference between pink, like light pinks and light blues, but if I see a woman wearing a dress, I assume it's pink. I know that's terrible. That was a really awful example because you can wear any color, but that kind of thing is what works in my head. Like light pink and light grey look the same to me. But if I went into a restaurant with like stone and wood and a fireplace and the wall looked that color, I would assume it's light grey and not light pink because I understand how pink is perceived, and therefore you wouldn't paint a wall with it necessarily in like a nice restaurant or something. I hope that makes sense. It's difficult to kind of explain, but that's kind of how it works in my head. I do a lot of color by association. For instance, the wall in this building here. Let me turn the camera around so you can see. Like the wall in this building is quite a plain. Now that I don't know how it's going to come up because there's no lights on it or anything. Let me wait till my screen's caught up so I can see. Yeah, that there to me could be any of a number of colors. It could be like a green color. It could be pink. It could be like a more like a salmon, I guess. But I'm assuming it's like a very light, biscuity, creamy type color. Not quite magnolia, but that's basically the color of all walls, right? So that's kind of how that works. Yeah, light beige or something, off-white. Yeah, exactly. That kind of light. See, even you who can see color doesn't know. But yeah, works for a lot of people. That's kind of how you do it. Yeah. So that's kind of how color blindness works. That or like comparison as well. For instance, like this thing here, my little USB holder, that looks the same color as a British post box, so it's red. So sometimes if I've got absolutely no idea what it is through context, I'll try and think of something similar to it. It's not quite grayscale, no. That's called monochromatic or monochromacy. I don't have monochromacy. That's incredibly rare. The one I have is like 1 in every 100,000 people or something like that. Which is called tritanopia. Lemons were green. Yes, I've heard that one's quite a common one because, again, probably through association, it's a fruit. There are lots of fruits that are green in color, like apples and stuff. I know one that somebody I spoke to with tritanopia said that they always assumed that tea, like a tea with milk, was green because that kind of it's almost like a skin tony type color. That sort of beigey, very very light brown color of tea with milk in it. Can quite easily would look pale green to somebody with tritanopia, and they thought, well, leaves are green and it's made of tea leaves, and for years just assume, well, no, not green tea, more like like a Darjeeling cup of tea with milk in it, like a regular kind of cup of, like a coffee, I was very surprised to be told I was colourblind. It came right out of the purple. Yes, very good. It could be the milk that's gone off. Yeah, exactly. No, that cup of tea colour, tea, like some British tea with milk, could have sworn it was green. I have the most common green-red colour deficiency. Yeah, really quite common, that one. Oh, are there any colours reversed? No, I don't think so. Apparently, it's colourblind. You see some people as green depending on their skin tone. Yeah, again, so so that light brown colour, that sort of beigey colour, can quite easily be seen as green, but because I know people aren't green, it's really difficult to explain. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. Yeah, and I'm sure your friend has something similar. Just listening to someone's personal anecdotes. Yeah, no worries. Happy to talk about it. But it's, like I say, it's not really debilitating or anything. It doesn't affect me in any way, really. There's a couple of jobs I can't do. I couldn't be a pilot. Not that it would have ever been a possibility anyway. The only one I kind of guessed that my family were a little disappointed about was that all my family are electricians. The Sparrows are famously an electrician family. My grandfather, my father, my uncle. My other uncle, all my great grandfather, all electricians, and I can't be an electrician. But again, not that I particularly wanted to be one, honestly. But yeah, so couldn't sort of carry on with the family trade. Yeah, never just prosperity. Exactly, not just because the colours are right. Tomorrow, mandrills. Have you had pink eye? Have you had pink eye and have a couple of drops of lemon juice in your eye? I don't know what that means. Cut the green wire. Damn it! Yeah, exactly. Couldn't be a bomb disposal expert. So they have to blame themselves. Well, my mother gave it me actually. Mothers, females carry the recessive gene that's required. What's your opinion on Minecraft? I don't have one. I suppose as far as a game, like cultural significance, it's huge. But I don't mind the game. I used to play it. I don't anymore. It's kind of all I really have to say on Minecraft. But yeah, I mean, obviously it changed. It really changed how games are made and played now, really. It's my estrogen levels. Yes, because that's how biology works. I was thinking the other day, I miss Mr. Belova being around. Yeah, I remember now that I don't. How does VR affect you? Not at all. The only thing like that was affected was, the old school 3D when it was like the blue and red. That doesn't really work for me. But the other ways it works don't affect me anymore. Now that you live in Canada, will you be coming back to the UK for holiday? We'll be coming back to visit families. Yeah, so I'm back in February next year for a conference. So I'm going to be visiting folks for that. And then I think Nicola's going to take the baby back in August or something next year as well. Are you completely colourblind like grayscale? No, not quite. I don't know if there's colours I can see. What colours can you see? Boris Johnson thoughts? As a Brit, I was sceptical at first, but he does seem to be a powerful guy and he's getting stuff done. I don't know what he's got done. I don't really keep up with British politics at the moment. Well, that is planning ahead. Well, yeah, because like flights are cheaper and stuff, so you kind of have to. Where in Canada are you? London, Ontario. Yeah, with all this long grass that's under here. Oh, there I've messed up. I've used a completely different type of rock there, look. That's an arse, isn't it? Take them in. They'll look quite good, though, with a bit of a difference, I suppose. Favourite animal in Pirates Zoo so far? Everyone go. Yeah, sure, there you go. Fully boots. The Okapi. As great as it looks, I was quite surprised at how many people are like, yes, this is the most amazing animal. I was like, okay. I didn't realise it had got that strong following, But good for the Okapi. Nice, welcome to Canada. Thank you. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. Okay. Oops. Never heard of it until your video. Yeah, I didn't think it was particularly on the radar. Like, I'd heard of it, only because I've kind of read up a little bit about what animals could come to the game. I think I'd heard of it before then. But yeah, overall, wasn't really on the radar for me particularly. Meerkats and penguins, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I need to turn that off. Really need to figure out how to turn that off. That's a Twitch. That's somebody following on Twitch. Like, when was the last time I Twitch streamed? What are you building? We're just doing a bit of detailing around the Gharial exhibit here. Generally speaking, Tritanopia gives low green as its blue-yellow colour blindness. So joint will see in yellow as whitish and green as a cyan. Darker blues. Yeah, alright, it's got off the screen now. But yeah, whatever he said, I guess. Bum, bum. You don't have to. Really, no point in following me on Twitch, folks. I'm not streaming on Twitch currently. We did for a while back in the UK, but do you know what? I've got to give it to them Twitch streamers. I don't know how they do it, because the as fun as it was, the amount of work for what little rewards it garnered. Yeah, it was fun to stream, but God, it was tiring and insane amounts of work. I would stream for 4 hours, and like I could get a week's worth of videos done in 4 hours. Bam. It's just nice to hear Melvin and Maureen there. Do you think Planet Zoo is better than Planet Coaster? Or will they? I don't think one has to be better than the other. I think they can both independently be good, and just, you know, be two games in the same series. Right, you're doing it on purpose now, aren't you? Yeah, little so-and-sos. That's why they turn that off. Right, that's it, I think. Gone. Yeah, no, keep them coming. Now, beta's over. Will there be early access? I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't even heard if like content creators are going to get hold of it early or anything yet. We may do, but at the moment, no, I don't know what's happening. Probably not, though. I imagine that that this is considered the early access. If that makes sense. I don't think I'd ever be so annoyed. Oh, I like that one. Fuzz bucket, just to annoy you. No, that one doesn't annoy me. I love that noise. Can go off all day long. It's that one. Right. Yeah, that's gonna get shut off. It's your own time you're wasting. Good. I thought I had just shut it off. It doesn't show in my... I don't know why it's still there. It doesn't show in my thing list of things that are happening. Right. Thank you for the followers. Turn my volume back up. No. Alert box. Right, let's turn the alert box off. Forget it. You ruined it. Right. It's done. Do you like dogs or cats? Yes. Well done on the zoo. Enjoyed it all. Brings back memories of Zoo Tycoon days. The forums, the mods we made, and the torture we had to go through to make things work. I can imagine. Never played Zoo Tycoon 2. Hopefully we'll be playing it on the channel in the next week or so. I've ordered a copy off Amazon. Off eBay, excuse me. So if it comes in time, it's Canada, so it'll probably take a month to arrive. But if it comes in time, we'll do some on the channel. The Oreo can bat. The problem with here is that he just potters around. He doesn't settle anywhere. Had a waterfall there? No. Done far too many waterfalls. What would you be playing if Planzoo wasn't out? I have no idea. Probably Flotsam, but I don't know whether there'd be that much content in it. I've got a couple more recorded, and I want to go back and do like 1 or 2 more, I think. And like I say, we're going to have a look at that Prehistoric Kingdom. That could definitely fill a big gap. But yeah, for the most part, I have no idea what I'd be playing. But then I'd have gone and found something, you know. There's going to be some great stuff coming to the channel, hopefully, that's not Planet Zoo. We've got Evil Genius 2. Can't wait for that. I mean, we're going to be covering that one hard when it comes out. I'm a huge fan of the original. Hey, John, where's my waterfalls? Somebody's just said you should build a waterfall there, and I got sidetracked. But the answer is no. We've done enough waterfalls. Silverette, Daddy Silves tells us off if we build too many waterfalls. So no more waterfalls, because we don't want to upset Daddy Silv. So is Planet Coaster dead now? Do you know what? I absolutely detest the word dead when referring to a video game. I don't know particularly why, but it genuinely makes my piss boil when somebody says, "Oh, is so and so game dead?" Yeah. Yeah, it really does. I think as far as this channel is concerned, we will be wrapping up our Planet Coaster content. But yeah, rip Planet Coaster or Planet Coaster dead. I just hate it. I don't know why particularly, but it really, really winds me up. Yeah. John, you're right when you said you spend 90% of your time on rock work. I can tell. Yeah, look, that's pretty much the whole stream has been rock work. That's all we've done. Virtual Towers, will you go back to that? It's coming along. No further updates. Yeah, as soon as they release more of it, we'll definitely take a look at it. Do you think when the game is launched, she'll have preset zoos in Sandbox like Zoo Tokens? No, I don't think so. No, I think Sandbox will be a big open square. Why did I emigrate to Canada? I hope it's not too personal. Well, it is personal, but I have no problem talking about it. Yeah, it's why did we move to Canada? We didn't like the UK anymore. I didn't think the UK was providing us with what we wanted as a family. That's a nice way of putting it, I guess. And we liked Canada. We'd vacationed in Canada a few times, and we had some friends here. And we looked into it, and we quite like how a lot of their systems work and stuff. And so we went for it. It took us about 4 years and about 30 grand to do it. All in. Thank you, Julian, for the super chat. Sorry the music's not playing, but some people were messing up the Twitch stuff. Actually, not included. No, I wasn't. Why is that one piece of path a different colour there? I wasn't particularly vibing with it, and it wasn't doing very well view wise. So no, I don't think we'll go back to actually not included. I'm afraid. Apparently, they are changing the staff facilities radius to be blocked by scenery. I haven't heard anything about that. No. Spore? No, I can't see myself going back to Spore. Is that still a thing? I played Spore, quite enjoyed it, but the only reason I'm going back to play old zoo games is because we're in the zoo hype at the minute, you know? Not really. Normally, going back to old games isn't really something I would do. You moved because you didn't want a license for a butter knife. Friends in the UK, it's a rough place now. Welcome to Canada. Well, I would argue that actually Canada has more licenses and paperwork than the UK does, to be honest with you. It's kind of ridiculous how many different little bits of paper I have to constantly have with me. Keep the good content. Thank you. What do you think of the Mesozoica scandal? I don't know enough about it. Hey, Beyond Drew. I grew up in Ontario, Canada. Probably my fondest memories come from there. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Just imagine what modders could make with Planzo from Unicorns to Dragons. Yeah, I really don't get your hopes up. When the stream ends, does this stay up? It will go up on YouTube. Yeah, it takes a little while for it to go up, but yeah, it does. It goes up afterwards, yeah. Why didn't you move to Norway? I would have moved to Norway, actually. It was one of my... Geekism Awards happen on New Year's Eve. I would have moved to Norway, but Nicola insisted we go somewhere where English was the main language. So, yeah. Bye, Johnson. Everyone got to go. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, you know, rank am I streaming right now? I don't, because I'm streaming, so I don't really keep an eye on whoever else is. But I'm finishing in 15 minutes, so let's all head over to Rudy's stream when we're done. That'd be a nice thing to do. You can't really do proper, what do they call them on Twitch? Raids. But let's do a YouTube style raid. We'll all go and bother. We'll go and bother Rudy when we're done here, eh? Is he streaming on YouTube or Twitch? Does Nicola like gaming? Not particularly. She will play something. She has asked if she can play this. She asked me a couple of nights ago. She was like, I wouldn't mind having a go at that zoo thing. Which is incredibly high praise from Nicola to have any idea what game I'm playing on the channel. So the fact that she knows it's about zoos, that tells me she's into it in a big way. Because normally I get messing on the computer. Are you finished messing on the computer today? She'll say. So the fact that she knows it's a zoo game is incredibly high praise. She did play WoW, yeah. She played WoW for quite a bit actually with me. She quite liked WoW. And if you ask her what her favourite game is, she'll say it's Crash Bandicoot. And she likes playing some old Spectrum games. I've set up an emulator on her PC, and she likes playing some old games on her emulator. What do you think will be the third? Sorry, Lucas. I'm assuming from your name that English isn't your first language, but that's ace. The first game. I don't know. I'm not sure there will be one. I think the next one will be Planet Coaster 2. Personally, yeah, I think that seems to be obvious to me anyway. I don't think there's enough scope in something like a water park DLC or anything like that. Oh god, that's loads bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's use that one. Does the beta end tomorrow? It does, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Emerald Parrot. As Midjor famously said, it means nothing to me. Crash and Zoo Tycoon are my wife's favourite games. That's why she okayed the computer upgrades from Planet Zoo. Nice. That's weird, isn't it? Planet Zoo and Crash Bandicoot, the only two games that our wives have got any idea exist. It's a weird one, eh? Hey, I love watching your vids. How you like decorating with lighting? The tube lights are my new best friends. You can change the colour of the lights. Yeah, do you know what? I really haven't messed with lighting too much yet. It annoys me that you have to place them down and let them register power before you can use them. It kind of annoys me. Have you played The Sims? Yeah, obviously growing up I played the first few Sims a lot. I did some Sims 4 stuff on the channel. A lot of very awesome members of the community donated packs for us, and we did a few Sims 4 builds. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy it; just something else always came along that suited the channel a bit more. Part of me would like to go back to it. Part of me's I'm really keeping an eye on Paralives because that seems way more up my street. The big problem I had with Sims 4 was that you couldn't use hex codes, so I really struggled with colours because they used those palettes, didn't they? Those the swatches, and everything was really like pastely, and I really struggled to get the correct colours in Sims 4. That was the big thing that put me off. Very important. Have you ever played Pokemon? Some of them, yeah. I honestly don't know what they would change to warrant Planco 2. I think they'd build it from the ground up, and I think we'd get a different pathing system. a spline-based coaster system, more customization on flat rides. What's your upload schedule? I just subscribed earlier, looking for plans to creators. Hi Rainbow, we upload every day at 3 p.m. Eastern, except for Mondays when we live stream from 1 p.m. Eastern for a few hours, which will finish in about 10 minutes. Because we've done a lot of work here. I was going to say a lot of good work. I stopped myself. Does that mean we won't be able to play the beta until... because the beta ends tomorrow, does that mean we won't be able to play the beta until tomorrow? No, you can play the beta until tomorrow afternoon, and then after that you can't play until the launch of the game in November 5th. Banhammer's coming down on Malova. It's happening. I don't think the donation box is very realistic. $1 million collection from Turtles. The big problem is that you're never going to get a realistic business model in place for a zoo, because a lot of money comes from donations, from conservation grants, that kind of thing, and that would be really quite difficult to mimic, I think, in a video game. So it kind of makes sense that they've gone for something more like this, where just money rolls in because you've built nice stuff. I hope he isn't rubbing off on you. Hey Geekers, can you tell everybody that Ready Rank is streaming on YouTube and not Twitch? Cool. We'll head over. We'll jump over in a minute. I'll get the link in a minute. We'll jump over. He's a bad influence. He sure is. He sure is a bad influence. Right. I'll be honest with you. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, we've got this up here, but we're just going to run out of time. But I've just, off camera as well, I've been filling in some of these triangles with just anything I could get my hands on, to be honest, just so we've got something that we can say is done. Yeah. I have to go by. Thanks for stopping by. Love your videos. Do you have any tips for new people like myself? I'd recommend watching my tutorial videos. One last try. Want to look at my donation message. Donation got lost. Oh, I'm so sorry, Makini. So it did. Pizza Pie is a little thank you for your wonderful videos. Wish you could keep the beta. Not happy not playing myself, but I don't want the series to end. Oh, thank you very much for the donation. It's very generous. And yes, I would love to stick with the beta. I did consider like unplugging the Ethernet cable and just recording stuff offline, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing. We've got some stuff recorded for the next couple of weeks. We're going to sort of spread them out over a few days. But yeah, 9% of our income comes through summer admission fees. We pretty much use that money to get us through the rest of the year until the following summer. There you go. So most of it is people coming through the door. There you are. What game do you think is next in the Planet series? Planko 2. It's amazing how much you've got done in 2 weeks. Well, yeah, you got to think that when Planko started, I was stacking shelves in Aldi. Now this is my full-time job, so I can put a lot of hours into it. We did get quite a bit done, didn't we? Right, let's go and bother Rudy. Let's find out where Rudy's streaming. Goodbye, beta. Oh, sad, isn't it? Right, here we go, folks. We're going to finish up now. Let's head over to see Rudy. Thanks for stopping by. Love yous all to bits. We will, there you go, links in the chat. I'm going to head over to. See you later. Bye.